Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel. My name is Teresa and I am your cruise director on the Magical Mystery Tour. We're trying some new things here, a mix of online ordering, in-store purchases and more expensive and more savvy. So, not is all new, but it is all new to me. Before we get to it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell to be alerted to any new uploads, and if you like this video at the end, please give it a big thumbs up. Let's start playing. So first, I ordered a few new things. I've got a box underneath my desk. I love, look, a lot of people have very strong opinions on this, but why can't I open that? I love the Kylie Cosmetics Skin Tint. It's very underrated. A lot of people on principle, will not buy her products. The issue that I have with that is that they will buy other brands that there may be some controversies behind. Either way, I love her skin tint. I think it's so underrated and one of the best on market, and I have been trying to get her Power Plush foundation. It finally came back in my shade. So this is the shade 2.5N and I really wanted to give it a go today. My skin is prepped. I have Rimmel multitasker illuminating primer on. This is a shade 2.5N. You can see there is a little bit of, it's not a super thick product. So I'm going to start applying it with a brush, and then I may look at a sponge. Let's see how this goes. The skin tint is absolutely one of my favourite skin tints. I just think it looks beautiful on the skin. And this is looking good too. That's looking really nice. I'll just change my lighting a little bit. So that's looking, yeah, that's looking beautiful. Coverage right there, look at that. It's my skin but better look. Grabbing a sponge now and seeing how it applies on this side. Applies well with both. I do prefer the finish on this side with a brush. So I'm just going to get a bit more. You get a little bit better coverage. This brush, by the way, it's an OXX brush from Kmart. I think that's where I got it. I think it's an OXX brush. Can't see anything written on there. It's super cheap. That doesn't feel too heavy. It doesn't feel tight at all. Finish on that is beautiful. Let's see what happens as she dries down. I will report back in the day how that's going. What I'm going to do now is just put some eyeshadow primer on. Right, I have a new translucent powder. I've heard really good things about this. This is the Glamlite translucent powder. It does come in multiple shades. This is $28. I got the translucent bake and set powder. There is the banana cream pie, strawberry shortcake, cookie dough and chocolate. They're all different shades. These are available in Australia from Glamlite. What gorgeous packaging that is. And it's massive, $28, come on. Oh look, and And you get 2 little puffs with it. A little triangular one. And then, fantastic. I wasn't expecting that. That's a nice surprise. It is like this. You've got to take the plastic off. I don't have my glasses on. Let's see how I manage this. One of my favourite powders actually I buy from Glamlite as well, and that is the Kimchi Puff Puff Pass. So let's see how this compares. Oh, that's really finely milled. That might be the most finely milled. That feels like super soft flour. That could be the most finely milled product I've ever used. I just wanted to read this. Step into the world of indulgence in Glamlite's translucent bake and set powder, a delectable loose powder crafted with precision to effortlessly set and bake your makeup. Translucent is ideal for light, medium, medium or medium tan. A decadently fine milled texture ensures a velvety finish that stays all day, leaving your skin feeling smooth as whipped cream. Infused with vitamin E, this formula not only locks in our makeup, but also delivers the sweet benefits of natural anti-aging properties and effective oil control, unveiling a flawlessly radiant complexion. Gloss powder comes with a mini triangle puff for application, 35 grams, vegan friendly. I mean, let's go in with this one and take my glasses off because, you know, and glasses had been there and I hadn't set. Just tap that out. Look at that. Geez, I should get some filler in there just to get rid of that big dent. So I'm just going to use the puff for like my T-zone, and then I will grab a brush to set the rest. I'll be interested, I'm really keen to give that a good workout over the next week or so because, yeah, I like that. Okay, before we move on to the next product, I'm just going to chuck a bit of hydration on my face to get rid of some of the flatness on that. Just using the Dewy Fixer from W7, not new and stupidly affordable, just to pump some hydration back into there. I have a couple of new brow products. They're both from 1000 Hour. So this is the Micro Brow Pencil and this is the Microblading Pen. I picked them up from Priceline, which means, of course, good thing I bought in a knife to be able to get into the packet because everything is taped up. I would have picked up the shade dark brown, can't read it. This is super fine. That's quite firm as well. Let's see, and let's see how we go. Oh, can you, okay. Okay, let's do a little bit of both, shall we? So I will just start the line. Can you hear Jelly snoring? It's possibly cut out when I'm editing because I put a noise reducer, background noise reducer on, but she's doing her usual snoring. Right, so I'm a bit nervous about this. Whoop, Jesus, I think that's going to be too dark for me for now. I need to play with that first because... Okay, hold on. Oh, that's very dark. Oh, but it does give hair like. But she is dark. It's giving me angry eyebrows. Okay, that's near black, so I would suggest shading down on that. That makes me really nervous. I am just going to pat over this because it's just too dark. Okay, so what I ended up doing was running some micellar water through there. That was just too dark. It's near black. So we will just go in with this pencil again. Definitely look at shading down on that. Yeah, I got dark brown, so you either need if you're my sort of colouring, a soft brown or warm brown, at the most taupe, because that was definitely too much. And even in this pencil, it's still quite dark. But you can see I've got that big gap there at the moment. So now I tinted mine the other day, last week. I tinted mine dark brown, but it was just this was too dark. Other than that, I would get that. Definitely, I'm going to look at getting that in a different shade for both this pencil and that microblade, because that microblade, I think that could be really, really good if you get the right shade. I have a couple of shades in the new Rimmel Multitasker Bronzer. What have I got here? So this is a new bronzing product for all of them. I have got light and medium, 01 light and medium here. Which one shall we use? Light and medium. I'll go in. I'll try light first and see how we go, shall I? Well, that looks better on there than it does on my hand. And let's stamp and see what happens. Ooh, yeah, nice. Nice, nice, nice. So just stamping that. Obviously, I've mentioned this before, I don't tend to buff. I stamp, flat dense brush, stamp it. It stops it disrupting any product that is underneath. Yeah, that's nice and subtle. Will I just put, I'm going to use the darker underneath here for now. So I can use either of those shades, that's nice too. A little bit more. Down the side of my nose. Just blending. My poor nose, look at it. Oh, it's sad. I quite like that. Quite like that. I am going to use a product that I have used before, but I've only used it like once, and that's the Huda Filter Blush. It is in the shade, good Lord, Latte. I just want to try this again. I wasn't really a big fan of it. I'm not going to put it directly onto my cheek. I will need to go and... Right, that's better, because I found when I put this on my cheek that it really didn't blend out that well. I was left with that dot mark, which is what I don't like. Like, see how that's done that there? I didn't work the brush into that particularly well, but that is still blending out because it wasn't put directly on. Right, I might actually use that now. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I haven't got a new highlighter, so we are using the NYX Butter Highlighter. I really would love to get my hands on that green shade. I haven't seen it anywhere yet. Just try it. Okay. Going in now with a super savvy lip product. I want to say these were, they would have been under $6 from Priceline. Lip pencil and lipstick. These are the shade Valentine. Okay. For the price, it's a wood lip liner, which is my preference. Okay. I really like this shade. Really like the shade. And going in with the lip. That is nice. That is nice. For eyeshadow today, we have from Glamlite the Twilight Breaking Dawn Jacob palette. This was $61. I picked it up from Glamradar. This is how it comes. Great packaging. This is the palette inside, which is why I got it. Like, those colours are gorgeous. I love Glamlite. $61 as I said. So let's go in. Let's go in with this shade here. I do really like Glamlite palettes. I have a few now. The issue that I have, the Edward palette that I looked at, you know, you could pick up the Ghostface, Friday the 13th, Halloween, they all have similar colour stories, but this one, yeah, I really like, and is much more wearable, these earthy tones. That shade's gorgeous. Okay. simple. Blend it out super easily. Let's go in now with this sort of caramelly to deepen it. I'm not going to go too much today. I am running on limited time before I actually start work, and I will have a Teams meeting with my boss. Even though I'm not client facing today, I don't think she needs to see too much of what I've got going on here, so I am mindful of that fact. And I picked this up because of the wearability, but am I going to dip into a green shimmer? You bet your sweet A I am. The quality of this palette feels beautiful immediately. I mean, you can see I'm just chatting to you and this is blending really, really well. I'm really happy with it. Not having to do much at all. Now, going into the shimmers, you could go into, that's an interesting, oh yeah, that's nice. Let's have a look here. And these three, yeah, they're my jam. That's a duochrome. That. Okay. Let's go across with this deeper green to start with. Center placement. I'll start there. Alright. So we've got this mainly in the center. I think this is nice too. Oh, that's really nice. But going to go in with this here on the outer corner. Now just tapping between those two to get the blend. Look at that. Again over on this side and pulling across. Just got a bit more. There we go. Now, I haven't stuck my finger in this. This might work on the inner corner. Now I want to go into this green a bit more. And then pull. Going back and forth to blend that. Pull that across. Tap that. This is this top one. I actually think I'm going to put that across the top as well. Yeah, I really like that. Okay. I'm just playing because I hadn't stuck my finger in any of that. Just going into there. Just tap, tap. Make sure you've got a blend happening there. Underneath the eyes, we're keeping it very simple today because I think I've got more than I planned happening on top of my eyes. Let's just clean underneath here. Not too intense. Gosh, if you can hear everything, I've got birds screeching outside and the washing machine making noise. Stepson's out and about having a little bite to eat. He's off school. Well, he got hurt on the weekend playing football. I'm just going to go put some mascara on and I'll be right back. Okay, so that is the final look. I need to play around with this a bit more because it is so natural, earthy. I really want to give it a good go. Quality is great. I'm probably not as wowed as what I normally am with Glamlite. Like, I do love the shades, but I guess I'm used to some of her other palettes where they're more intense colours, whereas this is a very neutral sort of wearable palette. I mean, it's still really pretty. The brows, I need lighter in it. I think I just picked up too dark a colour for me. That foundation is looking beautiful at this point in time. Really happy with that powder. What I'll do now is I will get to my work day because it is literally my start time, and I will pop back in at the end of the day with my thoughts on how it's worn down. Okay, it is now 10.5 hours later. It is dark as anything outside. So I haven't touched up anything throughout the course of the day. I have had my glasses on all day, and look at that. You can barely see. Well, you can see there where they sat because of the indent on my nose. But if we go to this side, I've only got a little bit of breakdown there, and that's because I've been wiping my nose. I think I'm going to get a cold sore up my nose. But let me... She's held up. Like a little bit of fading here. But I could have built up the cover. Like, it has faded a little bit there. I think that if I'd probably sat down with a puff all over my face instead of just the powder, I don't know if it is just the foundation or the combination of the foundation and the powder, but you can see there is a little bit of caking there, right? So... But again, 10 hours, no touch-up whatsoever. Other than that, that could be the concealer because I put that up through there. So I think instead I would just do foundation around here and then maybe a little bit of concealer there. She looks pretty good for 10 hours with not a single touch up. And as I said, I've literally been stuffing a tissue up my nose and blowing my nose today because cold weather. And there's a little bit of breakdown just on my chin. I'm such a klutz. Let me put my glasses back on for a second. I am looking... Now that I've got my magnifying mirror up to it, I am looking a little bit dry now. I've put my glasses back on, so you can probably see that where I couldn't. See, just don't wear glasses and you won't see it. It has broken down around my nose. As I said, I've been doing this all day. So it has had that where covering... Just let me cover this area here, getting rid of this central bit. It is good. I would probably refresh my face. Again, 10 hours, no touch-ups. If I refresh my face, I think it'd look better for sure. Yeah, that is looking a fair bit of breakdown there now. So Is it nice? Yes, it is. But first impressions, I prefer the skin tint. I need to try this out, both these products out. This powder and this foundation with other things. So try the Kylie with a different powder and try this powder with a different foundation and see what I think about it. This will go up. By the time it goes up, I should have worn this combination a few different ways, and if I do, I will certainly pin a comment about any update that I have on it. That bronzer's great. Bronzer, yeah, really great. Really happy with that. Using that blush again as well as hooders, and that eyeshadow, like, that has not faded throughout the course of the day, really, has it? So that is it, my friends. Until next time, don't forget to tell your mum, tell your sister, tell your friends. I am going to go, yeah, or I look at that. I've really got to try that with, like I said, try them not together with, try this foundation with a powder that I 100% know, and try that powder with a foundation that I 100% know. So until next time, take care. Bye.